Hi, I'm Tineke Triggs. I'm the owner of Artistic Designs for Living and also the creator of Tineke Tile Design for MAISON services. It comes from different places. I find that creative comes from either my drawing background or sketching, but also from nature, from travel, from history, and from other amazing artists and interior designers. I get stuck just like anybody else in my creative process. So what I try to do is take a step back, either go for a long walk, sit in meditation, just be. Sometimes creativity comes from the quietest places in your space. Design is only about 1/3 of what we do. The rest is project management, and that is really, really critical to our job. We are constantly having to keep track of spreadsheets and fixture and finish schedules and data points that are critical to the actual implementation of design. So what I use is tools like Asana, which is like an online punch list, checklist. You can share that with clients as well because it gives you data points and helps them communicate where you are in the process. We use things like Dropbox to be able to upload drawings and information for clients. You can also use sharing documents like Google Docs. But organization, things like binders and keeping things on a server so that when you're sharing things with multiple people in your company, everybody has access to it and they can find the most up-to-date stuff. So critical to what you're doing in design. I love architecture. Ever since I was a kid, would walk down city streets and get marvel about the different architectural details of buildings and structure, and looking at them from a really ornate details, from the molding to the doors to the jewelry, like door knockers. I loved going through Paris and walking through London and looking at every unique door and door opening, always something different. And that's why you see a lot of those in Instagram and stuff. It just happens to have so much detail. And then you kind of have to research it. You have to go back and look at where these things came from, the history behind them, who influenced those designers and architects. I love doing that because then you get to another layer. When I research architects of different mediums, I was just recently looking at an architect from the postmodern era, and his influences came from Japan. So we're always constantly being influenced from the past. So that's part of my process. Design takes a lot of patience and calm, and we have to kind of have a tough skin. You're dealing with people's homes, you're dealing with people's money, and it's really important that you stay calm and focused and that you don't take anything personally. Your job is to make a space more beautiful for them. So it's important that you stay calm. It's hard for these people and it's hard for them because they can't visualize the same way we do. So our responsibility is to help them visualize and keep everything going smoothly. I think that also plays into what's happening in the world, with the world of COVID and what we're dealing with in the globe right now. We have to think about what's going to center us and bring us back to our core. So I think a lot of homes right now and people are looking at ways to create a sanctuary in their home or a place to escape. So we are needing to use our spaces differently than we did before. Our world of fast-paced change still exists, but we need to take a place to reset. So I think the future of design is going to become more about healing, using light energy to create balance in our house, having more of sanctuaries or spaces to get away to reset, and really enjoying your home in a way that helps focus you. I think that comes down to where the surfaces are, functionality. So there's always wood is always soft and warm. But tile is also your little wow factor. I call it the jewelry of your bathroom or your space. So using tile in your entryway, something that you can draw attention to. I love it as basically a design element. Use it also for practical reasons when you actually need a surface that's going to get wet quite often, or if it's something that's getting heavy use a tile or stone. Carpet, usually in a closet or in your bedrooms for warmth and coziness on your feet. I kind of think of myself as a design mixologist. I'm always kind of mixing and matching things from all over. And as I do that, I'm always trying to learn. I never sit and think I've figured out the formula to a great design. It is constantly changing. And with that is constantly learning and educating myself. I use influences from other design places. I work with friends and we communicate really well, like other design professionals. We get together and we talk about what's happening, and we challenge each other. But I also am going back and looking at Pinterest and Instagram and reading books and looking back at history to try to learn and constantly change. And what is it that I find from those pieces to bring in new and current? Reinventing stuff like my showcase room for this year's decorative showcase is influenced from the postmodern and cubist movement, and I took those elements to bring a fresh eye to it. So never repeating exactly what happened, but bringing a new look to it. So, and I'm constantly moving along that. My tile collection, my first tile collection that I did for MAISON is the Mosaic collection, and that is based on the Art Deco movement and a lot of architecture from San Francisco and Chicago, two places that I lived for a long time or live now currently. I grabbed a lot of those Art Deco influences from architecture in order to create those patterns. Fun. I do it because I love it, and it should be fun. Anything you do, you should have fun with it. So for me, design is fun. Thanks for listening. Have a great day.